morning. In today's session, we have to study about the AC steady state analysis for the RL and C circuit. So, in our third unit, we have seen about the two-port network. This is nothing but if we are having a network which is having the two terminals. At that time, we are saying that network as a two-port network. So, we are supposed to we have seen about different parameters. These are nothing but hybrid, admittance, ABCD, or we can say the transmission parameters. Then we have seen how to connect interconnection of these parameters. Then how to change these parameters into other parameters. Means if we are having the Z parameter, how we can convert into the Y parameter, into the ABCD, inverse ABCD parameter. So in today's session, we have to see about the AC steady state analysis. So here, what we are saying steady state, it means what? If we are not changing the conditions. It means what? If it is remaining constant, at that time we are saying that condition as a steady state condition. So here, in AC steady state analysis, we are considering frequency as a constant. Here we can consider if there is a frequency variable, but we are supposed to consider that frequency with AC steady state analysis. And what we are saying in the AC steady state analysis, steady state is nothing but it is the unchanging condition. It means what? If a system or a physical process that will remain constant same even after there is a transformation or there is any change. It means stable condition that does not change over time or in which change in one direction is continually balanced by change in another direction. This we are saying as a steady state. So here we can see if we are having any circuit in which we are having impedance as a resistance, and if we are supposed to study about the AC state analysis of this R circuit, this resistor circuit, at that time, what we are saying, if we are having the frequency, that is we are considering as a constant, we are considering it is as a constant. At that time we will get the impedance for that resistor that will be equal to same, that is in phase. You can see here we are having the same, it is having constant. So here we will see, here we will get here value of impedance for that resistor will be equal to R, and if you see these are in phase, so we can say we are having 0 degree angle. If we are having the circuit for inductor, you can see here, if we are having the inductor and we are supposed to study about AC steady state for this capacitor, for this inductor circuit, at that time if we are having the graph like this for the impedance for this inductor, at that time when we are converting that time domain value into a frequency domain by using the Laplace transform, and when we are supposed to see about the steady state condition for that impedance, it means what? We are taking that value as a constant, so if it is having like this and we are taking it is like this, so here we will get the angle that will be 90 degree increasing. So here we can say we will get the value for ZL that will be j omega L, or we can say this is nothing but we are taking in the form of frequency domain. S is nothing but sigma plus j omega. See here we are taking impedance as a j omega L, or in angle you can say polar form omega L angle 90 degree. If there is a capacitor at that time, if we are having the value of impedance for that capacitor like this, so we are considering AC steady state, so we can take it is as the constant, and we are taking here the minus 90 degree phase difference. So we will get here impedance, यहाँ पे 1 into j omega L आया था, 1 into j omega L is nothing but j omega L, but here we are getting the angle 90 degree, but when there is a capacitor you will get 1 upon j omega C. So here we will get the phase difference that will be minus 90 degree. So you can take in polar form like 1 upon omega c angle of minus 90 degree. So here, now if we are having the RLC circuit, if we are having the impedance like this, we are considering it will be constant. But here we are using resistor. At that time you will get the constant. But here we are using inductor. At that time that value will be increased. But here we are using capacitor also. At that time its value is minus 90 degree phase difference. Its value is less. So here we can take that graph of phase of Z equivalent that will be like this. Like this. So here we will get the impedance that will be equal to R plus J omega L plus 1 upon J omega C. If you solve this, how we can solve? If you are taking LCM at J omega C. So you can multiply that R with J omega C. You will get J omega RC. 1 that will be not multiplying by anything because you are taking LCM J omega C. So 1 into 1 you will get 1. Now if you are multiplying J omega L into J omega C, you will get J omega square into L into C. So you will get this equation. If you are multiplying numerator and denominator by minus J omega, your equation will become like this because you are multiplying here numerator and denominator by the minus j omega. You can see here. So if we are taking the simplifications, like if we are considering s equal to j omega, because we are taking this as a frequency domain function. So if we are putting here j omega equal to yes in this equation, your equation will become z equivalent equal to s square lc, because we are taking here j. J is nothing but j into omega, as we are considering s. So if you are multiplying this j, you are supposed to multiply whole. So your equation will become s square lc, because you are taking here j square omega square. So you will get here s square. You will get s rc, because you are multiplying this value with also j. So j omega क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे s rc as it is. And again if you are multiplying this here, you will get minus j. If you are multiplying again with j, you will get here j square. J square that will be equal to 1, because we are taking j as a complex value and j का value होता है square root of minus 1. तो j square क्या हो जाएगा minus 1. Minus 1 you will get here plus 1. So your equation for z equivalent will become s square lc plus s rc plus 1. In denominator, if you are multiplying numerator whole by j, you are supposed to multiply denominator also by j. So you will get j omega c. J omega you can write as s c as it is. So you will get here s into c. If you are solving modulus for z equivalent, you will get wrc square plus 1 minus omega square lc. I am writing this equation. ये equation में फिर से लिखिए. Upon 1 minus w square lc square whole square root upon wc. So if you are solving in the form of polar, you will get angle of z equivalent equal to tan square w square lc minus 1 upon omega rc. So here now we are supposed to see one example that will be for RLC circuit. So here if we are having any circuit in which there is a passive component like resistor, inductor, capacitor, we can take that impedance for resistor as it is R. We can take impedance for that inductor as S into L. We can take impedance for this capacitor that will be 1 upon S. So your equation will become for this RLC will be equal to SRC. You will get here like these equations. You will get these equations for Z equivalent equal to S square LC plus SRC plus 1 upon S. When we are having all inductor, capacitor and the resistor at that time. So here, if we are solving that case in which we are having lots of inductor, capacitor, resistor, At that time, we can solve the impedance that will be equal to in the frequency domain am s to the power m plus up to a0 upon bn s to the power n plus up to b0. So here, if circuit elements like inductor, capacitor, resistor and dependent sources, these are real, then the expression for any voltage or current will be in the form of rational function. So here, if we are having the values for inductor, capacitor and resistor, and we are supposed to solve that equations for value of impedance. How we can solve? We are supposed to take that values in the frequency domain. If we are having this circuit, they have given here value of supplied voltage, they have given here value of inductor, they have given here value of resistor, they have given here value of capacitor. Okay, so here value of capacitor they have given as 2.53 microfarad. So you can take 2.53 into 10 raised to minus 3. So here what we are supposed to do, they have given here supplied voltage. We are supposed to find the output voltage. How we can solve? We can solve that voltage divider rule, and we will get the values for the voltage across that resistor. How will you solve? We are supposed to take that resistor in numerator. The resistor we can take in numerator. In denominator, total impedance, that will be R plus SL plus 1 by SC into total given supplied voltage into Vs. If you see, we will get the equations for V out upon Vs, that will be equal to S into RC upon S square LC plus SRC plus 1. So here we are supposed to solve for output voltage. So your output voltage equation will become SRC upon S square LC plus SRC plus 1 into Vs. So if Priyanka, okay. So here, what we can do? We can write here S equal to in the form of j omega. If you are writing like this, because they have given here polar values, you can see here tan angle 0. So you can take here like j omega RC. S square, you can write j omega square. LC as it is. Yes की जगह फिर से j omega. RC as it is. 1 as it is. Vs as it is. So we are not having the value for j omega. So you can put as it is. We are having the value for resistor. We are having the value for capacitor. Resistor का value है 15. You can take as it is. Into capacitor का value है 2.53 into 10 raised to minus 3. That will be farad. So here we are taking in the frequency domain. So you can take 15 into 2.53 into 10 raised to minus 3. C ले रहे हैं तो क्या लेंगे वहां पे हम? Yes is nothing but we are taking as a j omega into total voltage जो दिया है that is 10 angle 0. In denominator j omega we are not having value s square का, so we can take j omega square as it is. Here LC का value क्या है? L का value है 0.1 Henry. We can take 0.1 into C 2.53 into 10 raised to minus 3 plus j omega as it is. R का value है 15. We can take that value as directly 15 into capacitor का value है 2.53 into 10 raised to minus 3 plus 1 as it is. If you solve these equations, you will get the values. You are supposed to do these calculations at home. You will get the values for the output voltage. So here we can solve any RL, RC or RLC circuit by using these frequency functions. So here, if we are having any network functions, when we are having the values of voltage and current, these are defined at different terminal pairs. At that time, we can define that ratio as a transfer functions. If we are taking the ratio of output voltage with respect to input voltage, we can say that ratio as a voltage gain. If we are taking the value of output voltage with respect to input output current with respect to input current, we are saying that ratio as a current gain. We are aware about voltage gain and current gain, but these functions we are calling here as a transfer function because these are taking the ratio of voltage with respect to voltage. That's why we are calling these are as a gain that will be in the form of voltage or that will be in the form of current. And if we are having the value of output voltage in numerator and output input current in the denominator, just we have seen about the different parameters these we are used in the RLC circuit like transmission parameters, trans admittance, ABCD, hybrid, we have seen at that time what we are saying if output voltage here वहां पे हम क्या बोल रहे थे कि डिपेंडिंग ऑन दीज फोर पैरामीटर्स आउटपुट वोल्टेज input voltage, output current, input current. On these four parameters, which parameters are dependent? On this we will get the different parameters. Hybrid है कि admittance है कि transmission है या inverse hybrid है. All this we are deciding on these four parameters. So here, when we are supposed to study about the transfer function. So if it is the ratio of output voltage with respect to input current, at that time we are saying that transfer function as trans impedance and we can denote it by letter Z of S. If it is the ratio of output current with respect to input voltage, the fourth one, output current with respect to input voltage, at that time we are saying it is a trans admittance because I upon V, that is nothing but the reciprocal of impedance. So we are saying it is the trans admittance. We are using only impedance and admittance, but it is we are calling as transfer function. So we are taking here trans impedance, trans admittance. This is the voltage gain, current gain. So if voltage and current defined at the same terminal, we are calling this as a driving point. And if we are defining voltage and current and different terminal pair, at that time हम उसको transfer function बोलते हैं. And if we are defining voltage and current at same terminal, तब हम उसको we are saying it is as a driving point impedance or we are calling it is as a driving point admittance. So here, just wait. At that time, if we are saying if value of voltage and current are defined at the same terminal, we are saying this as a driving point impedance or we are saying it is as a driving admittance. So we can see here one example. If we are having the circuit in which inductor, in which resistor and the capacitors are used. So to compute the transfer functions, we will require the values of current and values of voltage for input as well as for output. So here, if we are calculating the, what we are saying, it is nothing but transmittance. Which transmittance? Trans admittance, because we are saying it is the Y of T. So we can calculate trans admittance. This will be as I2 of S, output voltage with respect to, you can see here, it is the ratio of output current I2 of S with respect to input voltage, that will be here V1 of S. So we can take Yt of S equal to I2 of S upon V1 of S. This is the fourth equation. यहाँ पे ये जो fourth है Y of S. If you are calculating voltage gain, how we can calculate? That will be the ratio of output voltage with respect to the input voltage, the first one. So we can take output voltage as V2 of S, input voltage as V1 of S. You can solve remaining also. You can take in the equation form. So here, if we are supposed to solve Yt of S, that is nothing but trans admittance. What we are saying, that will be the ratio of output current with respect to input voltage, I2 of S upon V1 of S. Now we are supposed to solve this. How we can solve? We can take both in the same form. I2 of S को हम V1 of S के फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. तो क्या हो जाएगा? V1 V1 कैंसिल हो जाएगा and you will get the equation in the form of admittance. Here, if we are supposed to solve for the voltage gain, if you are writing V2 of S and V1 of S in one form, if you are writing in V1 of S form, न्यूमरेटर का और डिनोमिनेटर का V1 of S कैंसिल हो जाएगा और तुम्हें यहाँ पे voltage gain you will get in the form of admittance or in the form of impedance. So here, if we are having this type of circuit and we are supposed to solve that circuit to get the values for trans admittance or trans impedance or voltage gain, current gain, at that time you can convert that circuit, ये जितना load है उसको, this is the output voltage, this is the output resistance, so we can say it will be work as a load resistance, but remaining circuit we can convert into a Thevenin circuit. So the textbook will use mesh analysis, or we can use any theorem, we can use Thevenin theorem also. So we can convert that circuit into a Thevenin. How we can convert? We are supposed to convert that circuit into one voltage source and one resistance that will be in series with that voltage source. So if you are solving the equations for VOC, how your equation will become? If we are converting these equations in the form of Thevenin circuit, you will get VOC. That will be in the form of frequency domain equal to SL upon SL plus R1. Because if you are considering this circuit as open circuit, तो ये SC consider करने की जरूरत नहीं है. At that time, you are supposed to solve the voltage that will be across this inductor. So here, if you are applying voltage divided by given voltage V1 of S into the voltage, the impedance across which we are supposed to find the voltage, that will be that SL. So we can take in numerator. In denominator, we are supposed to take total impedance, that will be R1 plus SL. We are not supposed to consider 1 by SC, because when we are converting the circuit into a Thevenin, at that time we are making this circuit as open. So here ये 1 by SC है, वो क्या हो जाएगा? It will not supposed to take in the form. Priyanka, please mute yourself. Okay. What we are saying here, when we are converting this circuit into open circuit, 1 by SC open रहेगा तो consider करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you will get this equation. So here, what we are saying, we are supposed to find the equations for trans admittance and voltage gain. So here, firstly, what we can do here, we can solve the equation for I2 of S that we will require to find the trans admittance. How we can calculate? If we are having the values for output circuit, that is nothing but open circuit voltage, we are having that voltage. So here, if you solve equations for VOC, you will get that value, and you can now use Ohm's law to get the value of I2 which is flowing through this R2. How will you get? According to Ohm's law, V upon R. V upon R क्या है? That Thevenin resistance RTH plus that R2. How will you get Thevenin? We will are having the circuit R1, inductor and capacitor to define the RTH. So we can take that value as, we can take that value Z equivalent equal to, you can take S square LC plus SL plus R1 upon SC in bracket SL plus R1, or you can take S square LC plus S R1 जो हम यहाँ पे लेते थे. I will show you. I am writing the same equation here. To find the value of Z equivalent, what we are writing? S square LC plus SRC plus 1 plus SC. So if you solve this, S square LC R1 plus SL plus R1, S square LC plus R1, you are writing that value for Z here. And if you are not having the values of VOC, you can put that value in the form of V1 of S, जो हमने अभी solve किया है. I am writing that equation in the form of V1 of S. So you will get values for I2 of S, that will be in the form of V1 of S, and that will be in the form of R2 and RTH. R2 as it is, JTH का value हमने जो अभी we are calculating for the RTH, Thevenin impedance. If you are multiplying numerator and denominator both by this SC in bracket SL plus R1. There will be no change. If you solve this, your equation will become like this. तो ये न्यूमरेटर का क्या हो जाएगा, इफ यू आर सॉल्विंग न्यूमरेटर एंड डिनोमिनेटर मल्टीप्लाइंग बाय दिस, तो ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा एंड दैट एस सी यू कैन टेक इन द न्यूमरेटर, तो यहाँ पे एस एल इंटू एस सी, तो यू कैन राइट एस स्क्वायर एल सी, सो योर इक्वेशन विल बिकम दिस. So here now you will get the equations for trans admittance. Now you are supposed to find the equations for voltage gain. We are having the equation. Which equations? V2 of S upon V1 of S. How we can solve? We can have Ohm's law for the V2 of S. That will be R2 into I2 of S. V1 of S as it is. But we know I2 of S upon V1 of S. That is nothing but YT of S. So you can write G voltage gain, that will be in the form of trans admittance into R2, because we are writing I2 of S upon V1 of S, that is nothing but IT of S जो हमने अभी सॉल्व किया है, तो हम लिख सकते हैं R2 into YT of S, and if they are giving here value, you will get all these values and you will get here equations for YT of S and the voltage gain. So here now we are supposed to see about the poles and zeros. What we are saying, if we are having any network, arbitrary network, at that time, the roots of numerator we are calling as the zeros, and the roots of denominator we are calling as the poles. So if we are having any functions which will be in the form of like am s to the power m up to a0 in numerator plus upon in denominator bn s to the power n up to plus b0, at that time we are saying the zeros of the network are the roots of numerator. We can write that equation in the rational form, we can write in the product form. So you will get here k as a constant term into s minus z1, s minus z2 up to s minus z1 in numerator. In denominator you will get s minus p1, s minus p2 up to s minus pn. If you are taking the roots of numerator, this will you get. These are nothing but z1, z2, zm. If you are taking this value as a m. So we are saying these are the zeros of that network function. If we are solving for that denominator, if you are trying to solve the denominator roots, you will get these as P1, P2, Pn. So if you solve, you will get these are nothing but we are calling as the poles of network. So here we are saying the network function is uniquely we can determine by its pole and the zeros. So if we are having any equations, if you solve that equations for the root to derive the roots for numerator and denominator, we are calling numerator roots. These are as the zeros. Z1 equal to -1. There are sometimes multiple poles, there are sometimes one pole, 1 0, multiple 0. So if we see for the denominator, you will get the equations roots like if you are solving that equation, s plus 2 minus j2 in another bracket, s plus 2 plus j2 equal to 0. You will get the roots like -2 plus j2 -2 minus j2. These are nothing but the poles. So here you will get the zeros and poles. So if we are having any circuit, you can see here, if we are having this circuit, find the poles and zeros locations and the value of k0. K0 is nothing but constant term, but here we are supposed to derive. So here we are supposed to derive the value of k0 for the voltage gain, that is nothing but output voltage with respect to input voltage. So here if we are having this circuit, if we are having this circuit, what we can write, if we are having this circuit in the form of frequency domain, you can write that circuit in the form of time domain. 1 by SC, you can directly take that capacitor value. If we are having 1 by SC, you can take that capacitor value. If we are having R, we can take that value as R directly. So if they are giving the values for R input, C in, R output, capacitor output, at that time we can put these values and we can solve, because here we are supposed to solve for the voltage gain, that is nothing but output voltage upon the input voltage. So here if we are finding the output voltage, that voltage will across the capacitor, and this that voltage will be across this capacitor. So if you solve, you will get that voltage will be equal to, for that case you will get here H of S equal to S minus Z1, S minus Z2, S minus Zm upon S minus P1, S minus P2 up to S minus Pn. If you are solving the gain, you will get here equation like, here if you are solving the voltage that will be across this capacitor, you can write that voltage as S into C in into R in, because here if you are supposed to find the voltage across this capacitor, we can apply here, we can apply here voltage divider rule. How we can apply? Here they have given here the voltage, that is nothing but 100 in 1000 into Vn of t. We can take 1000 into Vn of t into the impedance across this capacitor, that will be SC in R in upon SC in R in plus 1. You will get that value of output voltage that we are supposed to divide with V of S. That is nothing but 1 upon, that is nothing but, you can take that value as 1 plus SC0 R0. But we are taking here in denominator, or you are writing 1 upon 1 plus SC0 R0. Both are having the same meaning. So you can write like this also. So if you are solving this, you are putting the values of C in, R in, C0, R0, you will get this equation. So here if you solve, you will get here all the values in the numerator. If you see, are multiplying with 0. So there will be no 0. You will not get any 0. So you can take zeros as 0. If you solve for numerator, like S plus 100 pi equal to 0. Another equation, S plus 40,000 pi, that will be equal to 0. You will get poles, that will be P1 equal to minus 50 and P2 equal to minus 20,000 hertz. So here we will get the poles and zeros for this given network. So here, if we are having any sinusoidal wave, if we are having any sinusoidal wave, at that time if we are supposed to find the transfer function, or we are supposed to find the driving point function, what we are saying, we can find the transfer function at different level, and we can find driving point at the same point function. So here if we are having any sinusoidal functions, a0 e to the power j omega t plus theta, if we are solving that, we are solving that by the network functions, you will get that equations like a0 h of j omega into e to the power j omega t plus theta. And if we are having another equations which is in the form of cosine form, b0 cos omega t plus theta, you will get that functions like b0 h of j omega into cos omega t plus theta plus angle h j omega bracket close. So here what we are saying, if we are supposed to solve the power in the dB form, we are having the formula power gain, that is nothing but 10 log P2 upon P1, output power with respect to input power. We can solve the values of voltage, values of current, values of voltage gain in the form of dB. How we can take 20 log 10, 20 log 10 of that value, you will get the dB value. So here, if we are using the log scale, the frequency characteristics have simple or symptotic behavior. So we can solve this, can be used for reasonable and efficient approximations. Here we have finished about how to solve that network functions in the dB form. Remaining syllabus we will see in the next section. Okay, now I'm taking your attendance. Just wait for a minute. If anyone is facing any issue, you can ask.